Hello students, today we are going to discuss our next topic, that is flame. Now, what is flame? As you know, combustion takes place, a flame is produced, but not everywhere this flame is produced. A flame is a region where the combustion of gaseous substance takes place. Gaseous substance, it is very important. Now, all gaseous fuels produce a flame, but only the solid or liquid fuels which vaporize, that is they convert into vapors, those only have flames in it. Now, when the fuel burns, it produces types of flame. So on the amount or on the basis of the quantity of air or oxygen present there used for the combustion of a fuel. So flames are two types. Flames are of two types. One, blue flame, another yellow flame. Now this blue flame is called non-luminous and it is called luminous flame. Okay. So what is the characteristic of blue flame? अच्छा जब भी ब्लू फ्लेम अकर होती है जब sufficient quantity of air or oxygen is there, it will start burning and a blue flame is given. Now this blue flame produces more amount of heat and less amount of light. That's why it is called non-luminous flame. Okay, the example of this blue flame can be seen in this wick stove. विक स्टोव्स होते हैं एशियन टाइम्स में, पुराने टाइम से हम पहले कुछ लोग यूज़ करते थे, उसमें कैरोसिन ऑयल होता है एंड दैट्स यूज बर्न्स विद ब्लू एंड नॉन ल्यूमिनस फ्लेम बिकॉज बच्चा विक फ्लेम में एक परफोरेटेड शीट होती है जो क्या कहते हैं आपके विक के अराउंड एक लेयर बना लेती है. सो आपकी जो एयर होती है वो सिर्फ हॉट एयर रीच करती है or all the unwanted particles do not reach that flame area or that wick area, so a blue flame is given and it has more amount of heat. Now what is yellow flame or luminous flame? When the amount of oxygen is less, then this yellow flame is produced. Okay, now when the that you have seen that kerosene lamps, laltens in Hindi we say na laltens. So these lalten lamps are kerosene oil lamps. They burn with yellow flame. How they burn and how this kerosene wick stove burn with blue flame? Because this kerosene oil lamps, they do not have any layer on it, and the amount of oxygen that it has very that unwanted carbon particles are there. So that leads to yellow flame. Now this yellow flame has high amount of light in it and low amount of heat in it. So that's why it is used as a lamp and it is used as in a stove. Okay, now we will be discussing about candle flames. Okay, the flames of a solid fuel, that is wax, and how these flames are characterized. Okay, so the heading is candle flame. Okay, now the candle flame comes. Now this candle flame or candle wax is a mixture of solid hydrocarbons, okay, various solid hydrocarbons. When it is lighted, this wax melts and the vapor rises. Now vapor rises, agar vapors hai solid fuel mein, so it will give a flame. So this flame has different parts on it, or different types of color of flames are there, and we will be discussing all these flames. Now let me draw. This is a candle. Okay, now on this candle this is a flame. Now it has one region here, it has one region here. So this region, it's called its inner zone. What it is called? It is innermost zone, or we can say as black zone. Okay, this next zone is its middle zone, or we can call it yellow zone. This last zone is its outer zone, or we can call it as blue zone. Okay. Now, this is black zone, this is yellow zone, middle zone, or we can say as luminous zone. This is blue zone, outer zone, or the next name is non-luminous zone, because blue color flames, yellow color flames, and I will be discussing about this. So, this zone, that first zone, innermost zone, is next to the wick. This is the wick. Let me draw this. This is the wick. If you have seen an unlit candle, there is a white color thread coming out. That called wick. That is called wick. So the next zone that is next to the wick is called our innermost zone or black zone. Here the presence of unburnt vapor or vapor of wax and carbon particles are very much there, and this zone is the least hot zone of the candle. It is the least hot zone of the candle, and it is also called the black zone. Okay, it is the least hot. Okay, very much amount of heat is less as compared to other zone. It is very much in heat, very much less amount of heat is there. Next is middle zone or central zone, or you can call as luminous zone. Because it has yellow color flame, it is also called yellow flame zone. Now it has very free, it has free hot carbon particles are there, and because of this incomplete combustion takes place. Incomplete combustion कब होता है बच्चा? जब presence of air or oxygen is very less in amount. So that's why this gives out a yellow flame. And in yellow flame की characteristics क्या थी बच्चा? कि ये light बहुत ज़्यादा देंगे और heat कम देंगे. So this has a less amount of heat, hotter than, okay, but it has high amount of light air. But it is more hot than the black zone. Okay. Next, outer zone. This outer zone here, a blue and non-luminous flame is given. And now in this outer zone, you know, it has very plenty amount of air is there. So complete combustion will be taking place. When this complete combustion taking place there, then what will be happen? This blue flame, it is the hottest region of the flame of candle, but it has low amount of light. That is why it is called non-luminous zone also. Okay, there is a fact site given in your book regarding the flame temperatures of various products. Of the candle, it is given as 1400 degrees Celsius. The flame of the candle, or the temperature of the flame of the candle is 1400 degree Celsius. This is of candle. Okay. Now the temperature, the flame test of CNG is, you know how much it is? It varies from 900 degrees Celsius to 1500 degree Celsius. Now there is one another torch which is called oxyacetylene torch. What it is called? It is called oxyacetylene torch. You know what is the temperature of the flame of this torch? It is 3000 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now we will be discussing a next topic, that is fuels. What is fuels? Fuels are of three types. A substance which produces heat and light are called fuels on burning. Okay, the substance which gives out or which produces heat and light on burning are called fuels. There are three types of fuel: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, or you can say gaseous. Okay, now the solid fuels, the fuels which are found in the solid state, like your wood, your cow dung, agriculture waste, all these come under the category of solid waste. Coal also comes under the category of solid fuels. Liquid fuels, petroleum, diesel, kerosene, all these come under the category of liquid fuel. Gaseous fuel, CNGs, CNGs हो गया आपका, like biogas. So these comes under the category of biogas fuels. Now बच्चा, every fuel cannot be used by us, because the fuel should have some characteristics to it, because you cannot use wood because it will not give you a high amount of heat to it for driving your vehicles. Similarly, you cannot use petrol for for cooking purposes. Why this is? Because a fuel should have some characteristic to it. It should be economical. What? It should be economical. It should be efficient. Only that products can be used as fuel commercially. Okay? It should be easily available. Okay, and it should cause no or less pollution. Okay, so this should be the characteristics, or this should be the fuel that we should use. A fuel which is economical, which is efficient, which is easily available. It produces no or less pollution to our environment. So on this basis, a fuel choice is done. Next, we will be studying about, we have studied about fuels. Now we will be studying, we have studied about fuels. Now we will be studying about this fuel efficiency. What is efficiency, or how much they are efficient? It is, different fuels give different amount of heat energy to it, and this a different amount of heat energy gives you how efficient or how inefficient that fuel can be. And this fuel efficiency is expressed in terms of its calorific value, which is defined as the heat produced on completing burning 1 kg of that fuel in the excess or in the presence of high amount of oxygen or air. The higher the calorific value will be there, the better the fuel it is. It is mostly expressed in a unit called kilojoule per kg, or you can say kilojoule per kg. It is expressed in kilojoule per kg. As you can see in the table given in your book regarding the calorific value of some fuels, there are 3 states, that is solid fuels, liquid fuels and gaseous fuels are given, and the name of the fuel are given, and the calorific value of the fuel is given in kilojoules per kg. Now, from the table you can see that different calorific values are given. So you can see that solid fuel has the lowest amount of calorific value, that is they are not good as a fuel, that is they are not better or efficient fuels. And you can see that gaseous fuel in comparison to other fuels have a higher amount of this efficiency, fuel efficiency is there. See in the gaseous fuel, hydrogen. Now hydrogen is present abundantly. Now liquid fuels are better, you can see. But what happens as the time is going on, as the time progresses, this liquid fuels, this fossil fuels are depleting at a very alarming rate. So we have to use them very judiciously and very carefully. So that's why if we are talking about an alternative fuel that can be used is, you can see in gaseous fuel a hydrogen is given. You know, hydrogen is available in our environment very abundantly, and this hydrogen can be used as a fuel and is a very clean type of fuel. But bacha, we do not use this hydrogen in domestic and industrial purposes because of three reasons. First, it is very highly combustible, that is, it easily catch fire, it forms an explosive mixture with air. That's why you have studied that during World War II, World Wars, there was a hydrogen bombing over there, okay, and it's very much dangerous. Next, it is difficult to store and transport. उसका जो transportation होता है और storing होती है, it's very much difficult because it has very low ignition temperature. Third, it is very expensive fuel because of its high cost of its transportation. कि storing और इनका transportation बहुत ज़्यादा high होता है, that's why it's very expensive fuel. And because of this, hydrogen is being used as a rocket fuel, and also this hydrogen in a form of oxyhydrogen flame, it is used in this cutting and welding of metals because it has such high amount of flame, high amount of calorific value is there. So this hydrogen can be used as a future source of energy, and the continuous research is going on for the purpose that hydrogen can be used and in our future as a fuel or as an energy giving element. Okay, and some are successing also. Okay, there are many light vehicles which are manufacturing, which are running on hydrogen gas. You know, another type of fuel that you are seeing in solid fuel, that is cow dung fuel. Now it has very low amount of calorific value. But बच्चा अगर हम cow dung fuel से एक process से biogas बनाते हैं, okay? What we do, we take this cow dung waste cakes and all the other waste of animals and put it in a pit, put water in it and leave it for some days. A gas is formed, and this gas is called biogas, and this biogas has high amount of calorific value. You can see in gaseous fuel the biogas calorific value is given. See the difference between cow dung cake and the calorific value of biogas. It is very much high. So we can use biogas, and it is also can be used as an alternative source of energy. Now what are the characteristics of an ideal fuel or a good fuel? We will be discussing now. Okay, what we will be discussing? We will be discussing characteristics of good fuel or ideal fuel. Now, first, it should be cheap and easily available. It should have high calorific value. Second, third, it should have proper ignition temperature, neither too low, neither too high. Okay, fourth, it should be easy to handle and safe to transport. Fifth, it should have moderate rate of burning. That is, it should not burn quickly, it should not burn very slowly, it should burn moderately. That is, middle type of thing should be there. Sixth, it should not leave ash after burning. It's a very important and very harmful practice. If a ash is produced after burning of a fuel, then our environment gets suffered. Seventh, it should not pollute the air. So these are the 7 characteristics of a good fuel are there. Now we will be discussing the harmful effect of combustion of fuel. Okay, harmful effect of the combustion of fuels we will be discussing harmful effects of combustion of fuels. First we will be discussing about global warming. Okay. Now, what is global warming? You know, as this fossil fuels are burning, जब ये fossil fuels burn करते हैं तो carbon dioxide release करते हैं. Okay, and this carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere. And now what happens in the atmosphere? This is our earth. Okay, and this is our atmosphere. Here this carbon dioxide forms a blanket. What it forms? It forms a blanket of, what does this form? It forms a blanket of carbon dioxide. Now when this blanket of carbon dioxide is formed, as higher amount of carbon dioxide is there, what happens? The sun rays which come into our earth and get trapped on the earth's surface, they are not able to go back, reflect back. So what happens? This air heat that is trapped inside our earth, जो हमारी अर्थ के अंदर ट्रैप हो गई है, कैद हो गई है, ओके, कैद हो गई है. सो वो क्या करते हैं? हमारी टेम्परेचर, अर्थ का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करते हैं. क्या करते हैं? टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज कर रही है. एंड दिस इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर इज कॉल्ड ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. ओके, बिकॉज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट? बच्चा, ये आपकी जो कोल्ड कंट्रीज होती हैं वहाँ पे वेजिटेशन नहीं हो सकता. सो वो ये प्रोसेस यूज़ करते हैं, ग्लास का कंटेनर बनाते हैं और वहाँ पे वो प्लांट्स उगाते हैं, अपने प्लांट्स को ग्रो कराते हैं, और वो जो सन रेज आ रही होती है उन्हें ट्रैप करते हैं उस ग्लास कंटेनर में. एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड ग्रीन हाउस, एंड इट इज सिमिलर टू दिस ग्रीन हाउस. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड द ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. सो दिस ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट this greenhouse effect, as the temperature of our earth increases, it's called global warming. Okay, and it is very much dangerous to our earth. Okay, because this ice caps are melting, the temperature, the level of sea level is increasing, so it is very much dangerous. Second point we will be discussing is carboxyhemoglobin. Now we will be discussing about carboxyhemoglobin. Let's go. Second, the problem of carboxyhemoglobin. What happens? These fossil fuels which are burned in insufficient amount of air, they produces carbon monoxide. हम जानते हैं जब इनकम्प्लीट कंबशन होता है तो कार्बन मोनोक्साइड प्रोड्यूस होती है. दिस कार्बन मोनोक्साइड हैज़ अ अफिनिटी. हमारे बॉडी में जो हीमोग्लोबिन होता है ब्लड के अंदर, उसके साथ एफिनिटी मतलब एक अट्रैक्शन होता है टू क्रिएट और टू रिएक्ट विद इट अराउंड 250 टाइम्स से भी ज़्यादा एफिनिटी होती है कार्बन मोनोक्साइड की हमारे ब्लड के साथ फॉर्म करने की. एंड देन दे फॉर्म दिस कार्बोक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन. एंड दिस कार्बोक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन इज अ स्टेबल कंपाउंड. ये क्या है? एक स्टेबल कंपाउंड है. ये बार बार टूटता नहीं. एक बार फॉर्म हो गया आपकी बॉडी में तो ये फॉर्म हो जाता है. सो एक बार ये फॉर्म हो जाता है तो आपके ब्लड को, जिसमें ऑक्सीजन है, उसका ट्रांसपोर्टेशन नहीं हो पाता आपकी पूरी बॉडी में, और फाइनली सफोकेशन विल बी देयर. You will not be able to breathe, and finally what will happen? A person will die. So this is a dangerous cause of carboxyhemoglobin or harmful effect of combustion of fuel in insufficient amount of oxygen. Third is about acid rain. You know, this industries, some fossil fuels contain compounds of nitrogen and sulfur. Okay, so some fossil fuels contain compounds of nitrogen and sulfur, and these compounds of nitrogen and sulfur, when they burn, they convert into nitrites and rises up in our environment and form clouds. And when these clouds, they came in the form of rain, this water contain traces of this nitrogen and sulfur, that is nitrogen oxide and sulfur oxide as there, and it may lead to like this as form acids, and this acid fall down in the form of acid rain, and it is very harmful to plants, animals, buildings also, like marble buildings. You know, one of the example or one of the adverse effect of acid rain can be seen at our Taj Mahal. You know, Taj Mahal used to be very white. Now it is lightish, yellowish color now is there. Why? Because of this acid rain. And that's why जो ताजमहल के पास नियरबाई जो इंडस्ट्रीज थी उन्हें बैन कर दिया गया है. They are no more in working form because Taj Mahal was getting affected, and it's a very much historical monument or historical wonder of our country, and we should protect it. It's come under the World Heritage Sites. Okay, so this is the adverse effect of acid rain. Now fourth is when burning of fossil fuels take place, that is unburned hydrocarbons produce smoke, and this smoke is very much healthily hazardous to our health. Next, fifth, the burning of fossil fuels in vehicles produces unburned carbon particles, and this is also cause our health very much serious problems can be caused to our health. So this is all for the harmful effects of combustion of